Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Tuesday, May 27th, 2014. I am astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. On Friday is my big June 2014 webinar. Going to go deep into Mars coming over to the Cardinal Cross. So all this intense energy over the last couple months is going to come to the big headway of Mars passing over that spot. Mercury is going to go retrograde, and Jupiter's on its last final full month in Cancer, here to deliver a lot of emotions and a lot of big gifts. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, to find out more about the live event and to register as well. And today, we are getting prepared for a new moon. That's because tomorrow a new moon in Gemini is going to happen, and this one is going to be powerful. It's going to be squaring over to Neptune, the planet of intuition, of fantasy, of spirituality, of really looking through the cracks of reality and seeing outside of it, seeing the way the universe kind of turns. On top of that, this new moon is going to trine over to Mars, about action and strength. And speaking of that, right, Mars went direct in the last week, and it's really about us moving forward now. Mars is starting to move forward. In our lives, we're about to take some big leaps. There's going to be a lot of intensity coming here, and I'm sure you can feel it. But which direction to take? Neptune can make it confusing. Our intuition is starting to show us where to go, but how we make that in reality happen, no, that's a whole different story. There's always things to weigh out. That's Mars in Libra. Is this the right thing? Is it the best thing for us? And today, with a moon in Taurus, which is dark, literally, you're not going to be able to see the moon tonight unless you go up at like 5 in the morning and you'll just see a little sliver of it, and then that's it. You're going to have to see that this is a time in our lives to let go and purge and prepare for tomorrow. So today, whatever events are happening your way, they're for preparation. This is definitely a day to not make your big decisions. If they are things that happen, it was karmic and destined, and but this is usually when the universe will show you when a day like today happens. If things happen, like usually it might be off the mark, or it's just like today's a day where we're supposed to let go. Not create, not build. Maybe, even though that's what's so weird, this is a dark moon in Taurus that wants to build and it wants to manifest and it wants to create. But today I think we're letting go of old systems of values, old things that we hold on to in our life. Especially as Venus, the planet ruled by Taurus, and especially we have a North Node in Libra about relationships. So Venus is very intense right now in our lives. And Venus is in Aries on its last day of Aries, because tomorrow it will leave Aries and go into Taurus while this new moon happens. But more importantly, this is on the South Node. Relationships are the center point of our lives right now. They're a big deal. Who are we going to partner with? Who are we going to go on this adventure with? Who are we going to go forward with? What business partners? What lovers? What friendships? Where are we going with all this stuff? And today and yesterday, and even through this weekend, we had a moon in Aries. I know for sure you're inside, you know where to go now. This could be a weekend that you're coming out of where it's like, I'm ready to go here. I'm ready to do this now. And today, that moon's in Taurus dark. It wants to create and build, but things just aren't going to be able to fully, I think there might be some building blocks, but today's definitely not a day to make a decision. Today's a day to see what you're holding on to, or maybe what you must let go of in order to get there. And what you must attain. One thing about a moon in Taurus is it wants to feel the greatest and feel the best. But as it's dark, and as we have a sun in Gemini that wants change and wants to figure things out and get the facts straight, especially as the sun in Gemini is starting to square Neptune and Pisces, which is like intuition and mind battling themselves out right now. Figuring it out, getting lost in the clouds. There's a lot of this kind of energy stewing. But this willpower on the other hand of it, and this willpower that it's all good mentally, but once you get there, there's always a big decision to weigh out. Mercury and Gemini. This could be very karmic days right here of relationships and speaking them out and figuring out, and karmic destinies happening and starting to figure out relationships, starting to get clear. This could be a day where you could have some very powerful relationships come together. But again, this is a day to release and let go. Maybe you got to let go of something today. Maybe you got to let go of somebody. This could be a day where a breakup happens. I hate to say it, but, they tend to happen. And if you go back to 2012, into May of 2012, Go look at the solar eclipse that happened in Gemini and look at the days that led up before it and after it. We had a new moon that lasted 3 days, almost 4 days. It was like 4 days. That was because the sun and the moon came in and it followed themselves in Taurus, and then it followed themselves into Gemini, and we had a solar eclipse. Those were karmic days in our lives. And we're kind of highlighting that spot a little bit again right now, especially the 2012 energy with Gemini. It's coming over it. Mars was over there with Saturn and Libra. But, I mean, that's deep astrology if you want to get crazy and look in your natal chart and start to apply all these crazy things. Let's see what the card of the day says for us. The card of the day is the Star card. So overall, I think that we're getting prepared. I keep saying that, but it's so true. We're cleaning ourselves. We're being guided by the universe in a certain way, and we need to follow that guide. We need to be willing to be naked as we go forward into this and shed the things off in our life that we don't need anymore, and trust that the universe is willing to provide us everything we need in order to attain and to go in the direction our life we need to go. We need to learn to trust our intuition. But more importantly, we need to pay attention to the center point, which is the connections in our life. And if our character and who we are is going to identify correctly with those connections, whether it's partnerships, whether it's businesses, whether it's jobs, whether it's life, cities even that we live in. Remember, Jupiter's in Cancer, and it's about expanding our emotions, expanding our roots. We're going to go deeper into the big new moon horoscope, which will be tomorrow, but today prep, today let go. And this will be a day where you could build some good things to get ready for things, but today is definitely a day where just let it go, let it flow. Find the richness and make sure you're connecting to the right things, because today maybe you'll have events that are triggering you to just really show you, are you chasing your fake part of yourself, and are you not looking at who you really are? That's Saturn and Scorpio opposing all this energy. So today the universe will bring you energies which probably aren't who you really are or what you even want to be. It might be your ego that's just talking. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions, or if you want to have a one-on-one reading. Thank you so much for all of your support. And by the way, I want to just say the Star card definitely is just you and your soul and nature. So, and with who you really should be and divinely should be. They just want me to tell you this. Like, if a fake part of yourself is trying to come out today, squash it. See you tomorrow.